As prices go up, the £1 challenge feels redundant in 2024. So what about the £2 challenge? I'm going to see if I can last an entire working week on just £2 per day. That's £10 total. Will I spend it all? What will I make? Having spent £8.60 already, and with just £1.40 left, it was looking like crunch time for these last 2 days. Welcome to the Hoodie Club. It is day 4. It is miserable outside. Today is just a pajama and it's an hoodie day. We're doing really well. I'm pretty impressed with myself. There is about £1.40-ish or something left for 2 days, right? I have got 7 chicken drumsticks left, half a loaf of bread, currently in the freezer, 3 hot cross buns, about 4 or 5 carrots, half a cabbage, 4 plums, boatload of jam, that'll last me ages, so well beyond this challenge, which is exciting. A potato, 1 more thing of soup seasoning, 1 onion, and 2 bananas. I've waited till day 4 because I wanted them to brown, because we are going to cook with them now. Our lunch is going to be using 2 of our wild cards, and these 2 bananas, and I'm going to make a 3-ingredient banana bread. To mix things up a bit, I'm including 3 wild cards per day that I can use to zhuzh up my recipes without taking the mick too much. These are split into 3 categories. Free, things like spices, butter, milk. 10 pence, allows things like a stock pot, flour, sugar or sauces. And the most expensive 20 pence category, think eggs and cheese, those kind of things. Essentials like oil, salt and pepper don't count as any sort of wild card. All you need, over-ripened bananas, bit of milk of your choice, and some self-raising flour. And again, making that, by able to make things, that's 20p of wildcard things. So bam, bam, 2 wildcards gone. My last wildcard I'm saving for dinner. Very excited for what I'm having in store for dinner. This could easily last me well beyond 5 days. I'm just going to the end of the 5 days. I'm not gonna go to 6 or 7 because I wanna eat proper. And I need to start filming next week's video. So straight up, first thing, 2 bananas, obviously. 1, 2. We are just going to mash these all up. Once you've got some nice banana puree, teensy little bit of salt, some self-raising flour, wee bit of milk, and we mix to combine. And once it's all just about combined, goes in a loaf tin, lined with parchment paper, 40 to 45 minutes, and we're gonna have some really nice banana bread at the end of it. And we're basically just pouring it in here. A little bit big of a loaf tin for what we're going for with the amount of ingredients we have. You can do whatever you want for the next 45 minutes while that's cooking. Me, I'm gonna go watch Married at First Sight. The smells in here are incredible. Woo! Look at that beauty. It is a little flat, isn't it? It's probably because my loaf tin weren't very big. But hey. Look at it. No, look at it. I'm not a baker. I'm a cook. I'm not a baker. There is a difference. Anyone new to this channel, you can't say we're not real. I'm not going to remake it and try and get something that looks much prettier. This is the real, raw truth of it, of how things happen, what happens. Should we cut into it, shall we? And see what we get. I can't get over this. This is honestly hilarious. It looks like banana bread on the inside. It looks like a banana bread focaccia. That's what it looks like. Shall we dig in? Guys, it tastes like banana bread. A little bit denser maybe. But honestly, it's tasty. It's not bad. There is nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It just, I think if I had a smaller loaf tin, it would have risen much better. For once I've done a little bit of prep in advance. Cut up my chicken, 3 drumsticks, and half an onion, and made matchsticks out of my potato. Because we are gonna have for dinner sort of a makeshift chicken burger. Now to do this, we are going to be making our own chicken mince, which is pretty much as simple as blitzing up your pre-chopped chicken in a little blendery thing. I've removed most of the skin as best I can. Little bit of onion in there, just for a bit of added flavour. And that is what we're going to make a burger out of. And we're going to form it into patties. Probably just one patty. And I would, if you can, remove some of the silver skin because that's just not going to cook very well and come out right. I tried to get as much of it as I can off, but you know, it's not always the case that you can. Once we're happy, we can literally then just form it into whatever shape patty we want. It's a really nice way to do things with like chicken thighs, chicken legs, chicken wings when you have that kind of excess meat that you can. Obviously saving the bones like I have been doing all week because we have our final day piece de resistance that we are making tomorrow, which I am very excited to show you all. In the meantime, we do our chips. Really simple with these. Bit of oil, not much, just enough that will help them crisp up a little bit. And a good amount of salt. And then simply mix. Now these aren't going to be quite as good as when I did them on my budget McDonald's video, but this, once they've got a nice coating, just going to air fry them for like 10 minutes. See what happens after 10 minutes. We'll go from there. While that's doing, we'll cook the burger. Our bun is just going to be bread. It's just going to be bread. There's nothing exciting about it. It's literally just going to be in a piece, 2 pieces of bread. And our wild card, a little bit of cheese to make this a cheeseburger. That's 20 more p. That then, generous amount of salt, good crack of black pepper, and we flip. And while that's cooking, we can do about 20 pence worth of cheese. Are we ready for this? It should be nice and melted now. Let's have a look. Oh, that is what we call a chicken burger. And now we build a nice chicken burger there. Bit off-pieced, bit of cabbage as our makeshift lettuce. Unfortunate there's no sauce, but there you go. There's our chicken burger sandwich. Well, there we have it. Very much a budget, inexpensive chicken burger, in inverted commas. Ripe for the eating, with some nice crispy fries. Here we have it, chicken burger and fries. When they're made well, no sauce needed. No sauce needed at all. Oh, they're so crispy. These are great. I do feel like I've really perfected fries in an air fryer. Now, it's a shame I don't have a bun or sauce or real lettuce, and I was not gonna be putting this in a hot cross bun, but let's try our burger. It's really nice. It's seasoned well. The cheese gives it that nice extra tang. I don't mind the cabbage. It just adds a nice little fresh crunch to it, and I think you need a bit of green in every burger and every meal. We are dripping juice, which is always a good thing. Really doesn't matter that we've got a burger bun. Bread is bread is bread, right? What started off as a not so successful lunchtime, although it's still tasty. I think this is a triumph. I've had this in mind since day one. Tomorrow, I've got some ideas. I know one good thing that we're going to be making. Everything else, a bit up in the air. Breakfast will probably be a bit boring, but it's the last day tomorrow, so see if we can go out with a bang. Alrighty, it's the last day today. We've come far, we've done well. I am going to go out with lunch and dinner with a bit of a bang. Gonna try and make something I've not made before. Should be good, should be nice. I hope it's all right. Gonna use all of the bones, all of the leftover veg, all of the leftover chicken, and we are gonna make a cream of chicken soup. And that's gonna be enough for me for lunch, for dinner tonight. Maybe I'll make a little sandwich to go with dinner. I don't know, haven't worked it out, but let's make it. Gonna make a giant bit of stock first, nice and easy. Just gonna chuck pretty much everything we've got left in it. And we start, yeah, they're frozen, but that'll end pretty soon. We've then got some more chicken bones. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then we've got 2 things of chicken drumsticks left. They've got all their meat on, but I'm gonna extract that meat later once this is all done. So that's what we're working with in terms of chicken. Then I'm gonna put in the rest of our onion, a load of carrots, a load of cabbage there. We literally just put some heat under that. Gonna leave it for like an hour and a half, something along those lines. And that should make a really nice sort of chickeny veggie stock. Once that's made, we'll move on to the next bit. The smells coming out of this kitchen, unreal, unreal. That's been going for pretty much just over an hour now, and I'm getting hungry. I could let it go for another couple of hours, but I'm not going to. We'll have a quick little taste to check the chickeniness. Chickeniness. Good. Couple of things we're gonna do. Forgot to buy another onion, didn't I? So might be a little bit unconventional, but I'm gonna take the onion out of this, gonna dry it, and then I'm gonna fry it. Then we're literally, we've got 1 carrot left. I'm gonna dice that all up and put that in, cook that down as well. And I'm gonna shred and dice a load of cabbage as well. Pop all of that in there too. Once it's all heated, we use our first wild card. Nice big knob of butter. Cook that down before we use our second. Bit of flour, cook that all, bring it all in. Then we're gonna add our stock and do a nice mixy mix before finally adding our shredded chicken. We're just gonna let that combine, thicken up a little bit. It's gonna be a beautiful chicken soup. This definitely needs a little bit of skimming the scum off the top, because underneath we have a very, very lovely looking soup. Now I thought in terms of seasoning and helping this thicken up a little bit, we have 1 thing left up our sleeve. But we still got 1 of these in there, and we will thicken with that. That should add some extra chickeny flavour and everything as well. Thicken it up a little bit. All the while we add the rest of our veg in. I firmly believe I'm one of the best soup makers in all the land, because this is perfect for this kind of day. It's wet outside, it's miserable, it's rainy, it's gross, and that is really warming and really lovely. Got the bits of chicken in it, a few bits of carrots, a few bits of onion, a few bits of cabbage. I'm really happy how this turned out. I suppose you can't really call it cream of when there is no cream, but this is great. I'm gonna munch it all, and then we'll probably have this for dinner as well, but I'll make something else to go with it and just zhuzh it up. Sorry it's not more interesting, but it's interesting for me, and I think that makes really good use of the rest of the ingredients. It turns out I only had enough for 1 really large bowl of soup left, but then I've also used my last wild card in the form of some cheese in order to make a 3-layered grilled cheese. I say grilled cheese, did it in the panini press, but it's very reminiscent. It reminds me of when you do a grilled cheese with tomato soup. So it makes this a little bit more substantial for me and really tasty. Even the cat thinks so. Excuse me. Can't beat one of these. Cannot beat one of these. I can't get a word in. What have we learned the last 5 days, the last working week? Well, I think we've learned that these kind of challenges, they're much harder than they were before, but also you can still make a lot out of not much. I'm incredibly impressed that we didn't spend the entire £10 budget, and yet we got pretty much 5 incredible meals out of it. Sure, there were some wild cards thrown in there, but as I say, all of these wild cards, things that you probably would have had at home anyway, and the amount of them we used, probably pretty accurate in terms of the 10 pence or the 20 pence that we spent on this budget with them. I do not know if I will do one of these again for a while. But that said, I love thinking outside the box, doing different things, making something from nothing. It's something that we always like doing in this house. If there's ever a day when we need to go shopping and there's pretty much nothing here, I'll raid the cupboards, I'll raid the freezer, raid the pantry, and I'll make something generally pretty delicious out of absolutely nothing. Something Carolina does love me for. I'm happy. 5 days, just over £9 spent. Maybe tomorrow I'll treat myself to something that cost this entire budget.